What's good? This is JVB representing SPD, and that is sportsperdiem.com. So wide receiver is a position that the Chicago Bears need to address. Now, some of you guys may want the Bears to go after a wide receiver with a number 20 overall pick in the draft. I'm not one of those guys. I would prefer the Bears to go after an offensive tackle or maybe a cornerback at that number 20 spot. But nonetheless, the Chicago Bears need to add depth to that wide receiver position, and they did so by signing Marquise Goodwin to a one-year deal. Now, Marquise Goodwin, just like Damian Williams and also like Eddie Goldman, he opted out this past season due to COVID-19. But what Marquise Goodwin brings to the Chicago Bears is speed. Marquise Goodwin in the past with the Buffalo Bills and with the San Francisco 49ers, he's shown he could take the top off the field. And to go along with Darnell Mooney, who's coming off a standout rookie season, being a 5th-round pick. Yeah, Ryan Pace can find some gems here and there. Just don't really put your faith into him with a 1st-round pick and a quarterback. But Darnell Mooney had a really good season last year, and he jumped up the depth chart, and he became, at the end of the season, right behind Allen Robinson. He was the number 2 receiver for the Chicago Bears. Now, with that said, and to go along with Marquise Goodwin being signed by the Bears, we all heard the rumors. We all know that the Bears are actively shopping Anthony Miller. Anthony Miller can be a really solid number 3 receiver on any team in the NFL. I truly believe that. But Anthony Miller's biggest problem is up here. We saw it a few times last season, and we definitely saw it in that wild card game against the Saints, where after this man was told adamantly throughout the whole week not to let your tempers get the best of you, he went on in that game and he allowed his temper to get the best of him, throwing punches and getting ejected from that game because he didn't know no damn better. So now the Chicago Bears, an offense of the caliber, and it's not a good caliber, of the Chicago Bears, they want to get rid of you. And let me say this. Marquise Goodwin is not a world beater. Marquise Goodwin, depending whether or not the Bears draft another wide receiver, Marquise Goodwin is probably going to be the Bears' number 4 wide receiver. Marquise Goodwin is not a slam dunk signing. It seems like every single season, Marquise Goodwin has been hurt. But if you asked me, JVB, does Marquise Goodwin signing spell the end of Anthony Miller's career here with the Chicago Bears? Then I'll absolutely tell you it does. Like I said, Anthony Miller has talent. But the big thing with Anthony Miller is mental. If Anthony Miller can clean that up, oh my goodness, this guy will be a really damn good number 3 slot receiver. But until he does that, he ain't gonna be moving up. He's gonna stay right where he's at, right around average. Mitch Trubisky deserved all the criticism he got here in Chicago. We always talk about Mitch Trubisky and how it was a bad investment. The Bears traded up 1 spot to draft Mitch Trubisky. They draft Mitch Trubisky over Patrick Mahomes, over Deshaun Watson. All that is true. And that's going to go down as one of the biggest, if not the biggest, draft mistakes, not just in Bears history, but in NFL history. But keeping it local with the Chicago Bears, with Ryan Pace and his draft mistakes, Anthony Miller is one of them. The Chicago Bears traded back into the 2nd round in 2018. They trade their 2019 2nd-round pick and also, I believe, a 3rd or 4th-round pick to go right back into the 2nd round of the 2018 draft to get Anthony Miller. Safe to say that was not the right move to make. But now it's going to hit hard because you're not going to get close to what you traded for to get Anthony Miller. The Chicago Bears need to be hopeful as hell that they can get at least a 4th-round pick from some team for Anthony Miller. But with the Marquise Goodwin signing, and also I do believe that the Bears are going to look into wide receiver in this year's upcoming draft. I just believe it's not going to be a 1st-round pick. I think if anything, it's going to be a 2nd rounder or a 3rd rounder. And also, we can't forget the addition of Tariq Cohen coming back. Tariq Cohen is going to play a lot of receiver this upcoming season with David Montgomery and Damian Williams in the backfield. So with all that going on for the Chicago Bears, I do believe that this spells the end of Anthony Miller here as a Chicago Bear. And it's unfortunate because the Bears invested in Anthony Miller. They traded a second-round pick in the 2019 draft to go back into the second round of the 2018 draft to get Anthony Miller. And this Bears team, ladies and gentlemen, is not good enough to be borrowing draft picks from future drafts to get a guy who does not pan out. And that's exactly, unfortunately, what Anthony Miller has been here with the Chicago Bears. I do believe if he get his head on right, he'll be a pretty decent receiver in the NFL. But until then, it's another disappointing talent, another disappointing offensive player the Chicago Bears have drafted. But let me know what you guys think about the Marquise Goodwin signing and also about Anthony Miller. Should the Bears still try to trade Anthony Miller, or should they give Anthony Miller one more chance to be something, to prove something here with the Chicago Bears? But I'm out. Like the video and share the video. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take it easy. God bless. Peace.